Hi Anil, good morning.
Hi Srikanth, good morning.
Anil, go through your topic.
Okay, now I'm sharing my screen. Is it visible, Srikanth?
Yes, Anil.
Okay, today I'm explaining about how to assign access to the dimensions members and about importing data using data management and about how to create the valid intersections. Now we will see the topic. First, assigning access to the dimension members. Now we need to go to the log into the EPM cloud. After that, we need to click on the home page and click navigator and click on the dimensions. On dimension, you need to select the account dimension. Uh, the same from the application. This is the home page. From the navigator, he said that click on dimensions. Here they need to select the account dimension. After that, select the account which you created earlier in the practice 2, which is total account. After selecting, we need to click on the accents, assign access icon from the action drop down list. Here is my member total account. After selecting here under actions, there is assign access. Click on assign access. Now go to the group tabs. Click the add assign icon. Application. Here is the group tab. Now select the service administrator group which give write access and then click add. Click OK. Close the dialog box. Under groups, this is the service administration which already I given, so I am removing, and I will show how to click on the plus icon. Here the roles and the groups will be displayed here, which is existing. From the activity guide, I selected service administrator and giving the type of access is write access. After clicking here is the add option. Click on add. Now the group was added successfully. Then click on close. This is the process how we can give the access for a particular member. And from the 10th one, next select entity dimension and select EN0105 and repeat those steps for EN05 and 06 for group service administrator. Now I will show for the entity dimension. Now I am selecting here entity dimension. As from the activity guide, he said he's click on EN05. Here is the member. Going to access, and here is the assign access. Now under going to group tab, now click on plus icon. Here we will see the service administrator. After selecting service administrator, we need to give the type of access right, and then we need to click on add. Now the access will given. Close it. Same for EN06 also. Here is the access and assign access. On the group tabs, click on plus icon. Here is the service administrator I selected and the type of access I am giving as a right, and click on add. Now the access has been given. Now going to activity guide. The 11th point, repeat the steps for 5 to 9 to grant right access on EN015 and 6 to group service administrator, which we done now. Now coming to practice 7, we will see the defining of a valid intersection. Valid intersections are used as a filters in data forms. Now we will see how to create valid intersections. First log into the EPM. Now going to the home page, click on application cluster, then select the valid intersection card. Now going to the application, here is the home page. Click on home page. Application cluster, click on. Now he will see the validation card. Click on valid intersection card. Now click on create option and enter the name as sample valid intersection. Now from the application, these are the existing pre-built valid intersection. To create new one, here is the create option. By clicking the create, you will get your page. Now as per this activity guide, I am giving the name as a sample. Sample valid intersection. From the flip point, click on the drop down arrow to select the anchor dimension and select the account dimension. From the application, here is the add dimension. Click on add dimension. Here is the account dimension, which we selected as a anchor dimension. After that, now click add members to make a combination with another dimension. Now click on add dimension and select entity. After selecting entity, now click now to create a rule, click on add rule. From the application, here is the add dimension. Now select entity. After selecting entity, you need to click on add rule to add the rules for the combination of dimensions. After clicking add rule, click the down arrow and next to account and then click the edit option. From the navigation, here is down arrow. Clicking on that, there is the edit option. Search for operating income and hit enter, then select the result by clicking it. Now we will select the operating income search account. Here is the search account. We need to operating income. Here is the operating income. We need to select on it, then click on OK. Now the operating income was assigned for the dimension. And follow steps 11 and 12 in case existing is we have the members, so we do not need to do 12 and 13 from 11 and 12. For 13, now go to entity tab and search for EN01. Now click on functionality selected for EN01. Now going to application. Here is the down arrow. Click and edit and search for EN01. Click enter. Here is the EN01 and click on functionality selector FX. After that, then click including in, next to the descendants and remove the entity from selectors as done in the Now from application, here is the iDescendant including descendants. Click on iDescendants and then click on OK. Now iDescendant of EN0 was added. Now click on OK and finally click Save and Close. Here is the Save and Close option. Finally, we need to click on that. After saving, we can see the sample valid intersection was created here. This is how we can create the valid intersections. Now coming to the next lesson, which is loading data using data management. First, we need to log into the application. Then click on the navigator icon and select data management. Here is the navigator. Now click on data management. Under integration, we have data management. Click on data management. After clicking, now select the setup tab and then click on import format. Here is the setup tab. Click on setup tab, and then under integration setup there is the import format. Click on import format. We'll see what's the next step in activity guide. Now click add to create a new import format. Here is the plus icon. After clicking on add, we need to give the details for the following information. Here is the new add icon. Click on add icon. Now we will see the detail space here. We need to give the name as in the activity guide IF FCCS. After we need to select description as given, enter description as an import format to load data, and the file type is delimited numeric data, and the file delimited as pipe. Here is the description. Import format to load data. After entering description, we need to select the file type, which is delimited numeric data, and the file delimited as a pipe, which the file type is pipe. After adding, we need to click on save. Here is the save option to save the import format. Now you have your changes has been saved successfully. We can see the name as here IF FCCS. Go to activity guide. Now the source file dm or data import.txt is available in the lavs folder. For mapping, enter the following details. After saving, you will get the mappings here. We need to add the details here. By clicking on the build format, you can add. Click on upload and choose file. Click on OK, select. We will see here 7,000 is the account. So I am assigning the click on assign dimension. Here we need to give a name. Click on OK. Now EN0105 is the entity dimension. Now I am assigning for entity dimension. Entity. And select the FCCS movement net income and click on assign dimension. You need to select it is movement dimension. I am selecting movement and click on OK. And now I am selecting the no product which belongs to the product dimension. Now I am selecting the dimension as a product. Click on OK. Now I am selecting here FCCS no intercompany. The member is belongs to the intercompany dimension. I am selecting intercompany. Name as ICP. Click on OK. Next member is FCCS local cap, which belongs to the multi-cap dimension. So I'm selecting here multi-cap. Give the name. Click on OK. And here is the data and assign dimension. Here is the amount one. Click on OK. And finally, FCCS managing data, which belongs to data storage dimension. Click and select here data source dimension. Click on OK. And click on close option. Or you can manually enter the field numbers here. Account is 1 by seeing the file. Now I'm opening the file to enter by manually. Now the entity is in the second one. Here is the entity column. So I am entering here 2. For moment I am entering as a 3. For product I am entering as a 4. Here product column I am entering as a 4. After product entering intercompany as a 5 and multi-cap as a 6. Here is the intercompany entering as a 5 and multi-cap as a 6. For amount, I'm entering as a 7. At last data source as a 8. After entering this, we need to click on save option to save the changes. Now you have changes, your changes has been saved. Now scroll down and you can check the it is added or not for the permissions, which is repeatedly added. So I am deleting. We need to give the only as a single time. Uh, but I have shown you the two types, so it added two times. So I'm removing the one of the type by clicking on the delete option. Select the column and click on delete. Now you need to click on save the changes which we have done. Now the changes has been done successfully, and you can see after saving, go to the activity guide. Now we done the mappings, entering the details as following. Now click on save. Actually we done this up to 8th one. Now go to next page. uh, Now click on location the setup tab and click add to add a new location and enter the following details. Here is the location tab. Click on location tab and click to add a new location. Click on plus icon. You can see the details on the details page and enter the details from the activity guide. Location as a lock FCCS and import format, you need to select IF FCCS and click on save. Now we will give the details. The lock FCCS and the import format which we created, we need to select. Here is the IF FCCS. You need to click on save to add. Now the import format is added for that particular location and click on save to save the changes. Now the location was created. Here is the location lock FCCS. Now go to the activity guide. Now the part 3. Now click on the data management in workflow tab. After clicking, now click on location FCCS to change the POV. Now we'll see in from the application. Here is the workflow tab. Click on workflow tab. Here we'll see the data load mapping tab. Click on here and under that you need to select the location by here is the search location. You need to remove and click on search. We will see the existing ones here. Now we created as a location FCCS. Now I selected and click on OK to add the location. After that you need to select the period and click on search. Here you will see the periods, existing periods in your application. Now I want to select Jan of 2021 and click on OK. After selecting, you need to click on OK. Now we will Now the particular location mapping will be appear here. Now go to the application navigation activity guide. Now perform the mapping for account dimension. Click the like mapping tab, then enter the following details by clicking add. Source value as a star and target value as a star, and rule map is account map. Uh, Now we will add the here is the like mapping tab. Click on like mapping. Here you need to select the account dimension. After selecting, you need to click on add. Where the source value is a star. Now we are doing star to star mapping and target as a star, and we need to enter the name as the account map rule name. After that, we need to click on save. So by clicking on the save, the account for account dimension, we did start this up mapping. Now the mapping was saved. Now go to the activity guide. Now select the entity from the drop down and similarly enter the following details for the entity, same as for intercompany and product. Now we will see how to map. From the dimension, you need to enter the entity, click on add, source value as a star and target value as a star, and the role name as en map. Click on save. You need to select the data, click on add. Now give the source value as a star and target value as a star and the role name as a data map. Click on save and now select for data source. Data source by default the system will create those mappings, and for intercompany click on add. Now give the source and target value as a star and the role name is ICP tab. Click on save. Now select the moment dimension. The moment dimension is created by system, and then select multi-cap. Multi-caps also created by the system only. For product, this is the custom dimension. We need to add manually. Now I'm entering the star to star mapping. Product map. Click on save. Now we done the mapping successfully. Go to activity guide. After mapping, we need to go to the data rule card in the workflow tab. Click on data rule card and then click add to create a new data load rule from the application. Here is the data load rule card. Click on data load rule card. Here is the plus icon. Click on plus icon and then from the activity guide, we need to give the details as a name or DL FCCS data load and description as a data load rule for FCCS. From application, DL FCCS, and the description is a data load rule. Go to activity guide and then click save. we need to browse the file which we are importing. Here is the md file and click on OK. Then we need to click on save. Now the rule has been saved. Then click on after saving, go to activity guide and see what the next step. Then click on execute. After clicking the execute, you need to select the checkbox according from the screenshot where the input from source and export to target. Then click in order to provide the following information. Then select the file which I have selected already the file. So I am going to after saving click on execute. Here is the checkbox you need to select as import from source and export to target. Click to checkbox and click on run. Now the process has been submitted for extraction. Now click on OK. Now go to the activity guide. Then click refresh to check the status of load data. Once changes successfully, the status will be visible as a green tick, and go to the load data load workbench to view the import file. Now go to the data management card and click on refresh. The process was loading. You can check in also workbench. Click on workbench. Uh, Click on process tab. You can see the status of the. Click on refresh. Now the status changes to green. Tick mark the status. Now it shows data load was successful and the file was imported, and you can see the data here which was successfully added. If it was the import was successful, it shows here the golden fish. If the validation successful, here we see the golden fish. And finally the export was successful, then the load was successful, then it shows the golden fish also. Once the three fishes are appears in the data load workbench, then the data load mapping was successfully done and the data was imported to our application. This is how we can use the data management to import the file. Now, in order to view the exported data in FCCS application, now navigate to the home page, click on rules card and launch the consolidation rule. After exporting data, we need to view the exported data. So click on home page. Here, click on home page. After clicking home page, we need to click on rules card and launch the consolidation rule. Here is the rules card. Click on rules card. Here is the consolidation. Click on launch. Then now provide the following details from the below as entity as EN01 and Jan. Already it is selected EN01 and Jan, and scenario is actual, and then here, then click on launch. Now it is processing. After that, now click the data card and expand the FCCS inter income statements folder. Uh, After consolidation successful, it's also the consolidation rule was successful. Now click on OK. From from the point that 15, now click on the data card to expand the FCC's income statements folder. Here is the data card. Click on data card. Here is the folder FCC's income statement. Expanding in by clicking here, then the folder is expanded. Here is the sum of the forms, 6 forms, which the FCC's income statement contains. Now click the FCC's income statement by period to open up the form and enter the following details in the point of view. Here is the income statement by period. Click on to open the form. Once opening the form, we need to select the POV according to the activity guide, like scenario as actual, and here is FY20 and period is view. Period is view is periodic, scenario is actual. Here is FY21, view is periodic. Here I'm selecting in place of year FY21. I uploaded the data for 21. So I'm selecting FY21. Entity as EN0105 and the consolidation as entity input. Here entity, I'm selecting the number as EN0105, which I added data for a particular number. The consolidation is entity input and the data source is total input and adjustment and intercompany no and multicap is local. Here the data source is total input and adjustment and intercompany is no and multicap is local cap. And currency is entity currency and product is no product. After selecting, you need to click on enter the details dimension and search and then click on OK. The following screenshot is that for year dimension number selection. Now selecting, we need to click on go option. After entering, going to next page. After clicking on go, now 18th point, now you will able to see the data that you have imported through data management. These are the account members. For that we enter the data for Jan. So we will see that the data is here is the 7,000 account member and here is the data. Here 7,004. As you can see the data here, which is imported successfully, and we can have access further. This is the process. Now coming to the lesson 9 about managing data. To import data from a file from a home page application, click the actions drop down and select import data. From the navigator, here is the overview. Click on overview. Here is the action tab. Click on actions. There is the import data. Click on import data. Then click create. Now browse for a file on your system, and the file name is imported underscore data.csv, and from the location of DLab. Then click on import. Click on create. I'm selecting from local machine. Here we need to select browse the file. The file is June data load and click on open. After then click on validate. So you can check whether the import data job successfully and validated. Then click on import. Now the import data submitted successfully. Then click on OK. Then click on close. We can check. Click on close. We can see whether the data is successfully imported from the jobs file and click on refresh. Once again, I'm importing from going to the navigation and Power View card from actions, import data and create. Now choose the file. And click on OK. Click on validate. Click on import. Now the import job submitted successfully and import data. Click on OK. Click on close. This is how process how the data will be uh, successfully imported. Now we will see how to copy and clear the data. Now we need to go to the home page and application cluster overview card. Under click on actions drop down and select the copy data. Here is the actions. Click on actions and click on copy data. Now click on the create button. Find in the following details. We need to enter the details for create. So first we need to click on create. For scenario, we need to select as actual. Then click on OK. For year, we need to select FY21. Click on OK. Period, entering for Jan. Click on OK. For entity, we need to select EN05, which we given the data for EN05. Click on OK. Now we need to change for target for 06, where the data copy to copy the data from EN05 to 06 for these combinations. And for data sources, FCCS data input. Then click run. Enter for data source as a data input. Here is the data input. Click on OK. Then you need to click on run. After run, you need to click on yes. Then the job is submitted. See the job console for more information. Then click on OK. Now check the job section to verify the copy data was successful or completed or not. To verify the data has been copied to EN06, then click the data card on the home page. From the application, you need to click cancel. Go to job card, whether we can see the copy data was successful. Then we need to check whether the data was imported successfully or not from data card. Here you need to select change the entity from EN05 to 06 and click on OK. Click on Go to change the POV. We need to refresh the database once from overview card under actions. Click on refresh database, create refresh database. Click on refresh. It take hardly 2 to 3 minutes to finish the refresh. We after we opening the form, we see the same values for EN051 5 as same as EN06 also. Or you can click in run in background if you want to run in background. Once it's successful, it shows finally finished, or you can run in background and clicking run in background. Then you need to click on close. Now I am opening the form to see whether the data is copied from data. Here is the total income expanding and income statement by period. entity selected. Click on go. You will see the data. I'm repeating the process why the data was not showing, but the process was done. And in jobs also we seen that it was successful. From overview card, clicking on actions and copy data, create. You need to select this actual, and here is FY21. Okay, and period as Jan. Click on OK. Then entity as EN05. Connected. For target location, I'm changing as a 6. For data source, as a data input. Click on OK. Then click on run. Then click on OK. Click on cancel. You can see that the jobs card. Here the copy data was successful. Now open the form to see whether the data is loaded or not from data card. You need to select the entity as EN06. Click on OK and click go. And for data source, I am selecting as a data management, which we given manage data. Then click on OK. Click go. Click on OK. Click on go. This is the process how we can copy the data. I'm trying once again. And here is FY21. And here is entity EN05. Click on OK. Now I want to copy the data for EN07. Now the data source input is the data input. Click on OK and click on run. You can see whether the copy data was successful or not. Click on save. If you want to save the copy the file, and you can click on cancel. Here is the job card. Now you can refresh. Now the copy data was successful. You can check the data from the data card. Expand income statement by period. Open the file. You need to select the entity as EN07. Click on OK and click on Go. Now you can see the data for EN01 is copied from EN05 to 07. This is the process. I copied the EN05 to 7. This is the data finally. Now we will see how to clear the data from the home page overview application cluster. Under actions there is a clear data, and you need to enter the numbers for scenario, year, period, entity, and data source. I'm going to the application. I'm closing the data card. Now going to navigation overview. Under actions, there is a clear data. Then click on create. Now we need to select the combination of scenario actual point of view. Here is FY21. Click on OK. And period is Jan. Click on OK. And entity as I'm selecting EN07 to clear the data for the particular entity into a combination. Click on OK. And data source as a data input. Click on OK. The fields which are with the star marks are required members. After the entering, we need to click on run. Do you want to continue? Yes. Now the job is submitted and you can see the information in job console. Then click on OK and cancel it. Cancel. Here is the job card. Now the clear data was successfully completed. Now go to application activity guide. Go to next page. Now follow step 9 to view the data has been cleared. No data will be available for the entity of EN01 in the form. We will see if the data is cleared or not from the data card. Expand EN0 FCCS income statement. Click on income statement per period. Click on refresh. Enter the combinations for EN0107. Okay. And for data management, selecting total input and judgment and click on OK. Click on Go. You can see that no, the data has been cleared from EN07. This is the process, and now we'll see about managing form. Now click on plus icon and give the data forms and click on OK. From the navigator, create and manage, there is a click on forms. Here is the folder. Click on the folder. Give the name as a data forms folder, which I given the name, and then click on OK. Under that, create a simple form. From the application, here is the actions. Click on create simple form. Then you will land onto the properties page. Now enter the following details on the properties page as the name is data entry, and the description this form is used for data entry. Name as data entry. And the description, this form is used for data entry, and then click on next. Here is the next button, click on next. Now we will land into the layout page where you can select. On the point of view, we need to select view intercompany and currency and multi-cap and product. Under page, we need to drag the year and period. Here is the page. We need to drag the year and period. We go to now scenario and consolidation into page. Here is the scenario dimension, scenario, consolidation, application, data source. For rows, moment and account. For column, entity. Under rows, moment and account. For entity in the column. After dragging, you will see the image like this. Now add two more rows. Do right click on the row one and then add row. Click on add row. Here is number one. Click here. Right click here and add row. And again you need to right click and click on add row to add two more rows. Now the two rows will be added here. Now enter the following details in the point of view dimension by clicking on the icon as shown in the screenshot. And view dimension, you need to select FCCS periodic and currency, entity currency. Here is the view dimension. Click here, number selected, and you need to select the FCCS periodic. click on OK. For currency, entity currency, here is the entity currency. Click on add, click on OK. For intercompany, you need to select no intercompany, product no, and multi-cap as local cap. For intercompany, expand the top. Here is the no intercompany. You click add, you click OK. For multi-cap, we need to select as a local gap. Expand the here is local gap. Click on add, click on OK. Here is the product, click no product, click add, and then OK. Now the point of view combination is selected from the activity guide. As in the activity guide, it shows like in our application also. In the page dimension, now click the blue down arrow. For year dimension, click edit. After clicking edit, next select yes, then click the functionality icon and then click childs. In the application, you need to right click here, or you can click it. Then click on edit. For here is a click, select yes, and click on effects functionality selector as children, and then click on OK. Similarly, enter the following details for scenario and consolidation. Scenario is actual, and consolidation is including descendants of FCCS contribution total. For consolidation total, use effects including descendant, and click on OK. For scenario, we need to select as actual. Click on add and click on OK. And go to activity guide. For period, we need to use I descendant of year total, and I descend for data source I descendant of total data source. Data source total descendant. Okay. Click on OK. For period, we need to give year total. Select year total and click on functionality and add IDs including descendant. Then click on OK. And the screenshot will be shown the selection combinations in the application. This is the combinations which was shown in the. Now enter the following details for rows and columns. For row 1 moment dimension, search for changes due to issue of stock in search bar. For row 1, here is the row 1 and the moment. Click on edit. Here is the search bar. You need to enter a name, changes due to issue of stock. Changes due to issue of stock, and you need to click the arrows, search up or search down. Click enter. You need to click on add. Click on OK. Go to the next page. Similarly, enter the following detail for members of account for row 1. We selected for movement changes and account as a common stock. Edit. Here is search bar, enter common stock. Click enter. Then click on add. Click OK. Now the row 1 was completed. Now coming to row 2. For row 2, changes in the other current asset. Click edit. From the search bar, enter as a change in other current assets. Click enter. Now then add the number and click on OK. For account, edit. Enter the number as 3311. Where I click enter. Click on add. Okay. For now row 3, chances in net income, changes in net income. Click on edit. Changes in net income and click on enter. And click add and click on OK. For account, click on edit. And entering 5020 and click on enter. And adding the labor burden cost number. Click on OK. Now the rows combination is added. For column entity, we need to select the children of a consolidation entity. Here, click on edit. Expand. Here, consolidation entity of children of we need to select children. Children of consolidation entity. Children of consolidation entity and click on OK. Now we will see that this combination will look like here. Then now click save and then select the business rule tab and click on save. The form has been saved successfully. Now go to business rules tab. Under business rule tab, you need to select the console rule consolidate and click on add. Then save your form and then click finish. Here is the console consolidate. Click on add. Then click on save. The form has been saved successfully. Then click on close. Here you can see the data entry form which we created earlier now. And you select your newly created form and then click edit and click save as a consolidated data form. And here is click edit and save as. You need to go the name as consolidation data entry form. Click on OK and click finish. Here you can see the consolidation data entry form which we created from by using save as. Now go to layout tab and delete row 2 and row 3 for that form. Now I'm selecting this form and click on edit. Under layout, you need to remove the row 2 and row 3. Right clicking, there is option delete row. Same for row 3 also, delete. Now the two rows will remove. After removing deleting rows, then move the movement dimension to column from rows. This is the movement dimension and it moves to the column. After that, now change the number of the falling dimension setups with similar to step 11. And movement as a closing balance. Click on edit for movement and remove this. You need to select the closing balance and right click here, add, click on OK. Now for account dimension, use FCCS total balance sheet traditional approach. Here is the account dimension and click on edit. You need to remove the common stock. Clear, expand balance sheet. And here is the traditional approach. You need to give a descendant of click on apex, including descendant. Click on add, and then click on OK. Make the following changes in POV as view as FCCS YTD and FCCS intercompany. Select as a click on add and OK. For intercompany top. Click on add and OK. And for currency, you need to select as a parent currency. Click on add and OK. Now we will see in the point of view these combinations will look like. And in the form grid properties, enable the checkbox by suppressing missing blocks and suppressing missing data rows. Then finally click on save and finish. Here is the rows, suppress missing blocks and rows. Both are missing blocks and for rows. And then finally click on save and finish. And finally clicking on save. Now the form has been saved successfully. Then click on OK and finally click on finish. This is how we created the forms. Two different forms used for this, and we'll see how to give the access for that forms. Now select the data entry form and click on assign icon. Here is the data entry form. Under here is the assign access. Now select the group tab and click on the plus icon and then select service administrator and give right access. Click here is the group tab, click on plus icon. Now select service administrator and give the type of access is right, then click add. Now the group was successfully succeeded, then click on close. This is how we can give the access to that particular form and close the dialog box, which we close. This is the process. Shrikant is completed. Hello, Shrikant.
Thank you, Anil.
Thank you, Shrikant.